Hello and welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress with me, the Green Dragon, and let's continue. Let's see what the frame rate looks like now. And yes, it is lower if we do it this way. Okay, good to know. But not by that much, so we'll just keep playing. Don't worry, I will fine-tune it to what I want eventually. So yeah, downgrading to 720 is probably better. Oh well, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Okay, I guess it says something about how OBS does this. It apparently doesn't generate the stuff in the native format and then just convert it. It does something different. I don't know. I honestly still, even after all this time, still learning this crap. Go figure. Cause OBS, yo. But things aren't getting good. I will keep a supply of wood down here incidentally. That is gonna be a thing. Do we have levers available though? Yes, we do. Gonna put them on either side of where the armor stand will be for the barracks. Our first two squads will probably just be Iron Axe Dwarfs. You know, just standard Iron Axe Dwarfs. Axe Dwarfs of great glory and justice, in fact. Let's set those up. Nothing's enabled. Good. We just want to set the stockpiles themselves for now. It will take a good long while for things to actually start growing there, so we do have the time to do this properly. Just want to be able to close things off in case of emergency, because things sometimes show up and weird beasts, eventually they turn back and they can show up very early and they are very dangerous if they manage to infect someone. So, that being the case, we want to be extremely careful with any of those fuckers that actually manage to show up. Hence, what I'm doing. Don't think everyone has digging enabled, do they? Because I have two of them on chopping duty, don't I? Yes, I know, there's a stream going on right now, I'm aware. It's cute that you think I need to be told this, but yeah. Nice. Streams, yay! Dig, little dwarfs, dig! Dig as if your lives depended on it. Because one day they might. Wait, what? Okay. They have done a good job of clearing this stuff out, despite most of them not being actual diggers. I do, however, want... why don't you give me 8 more picks in total? It's not too much, but it's enough to... you know, give us a goodish supply. Enough probably to equip most of the migrants as well, because the first migrant wave usually isn't that big. Now, eventually all of these soil walls will be replaced by stone walls, made from blocks of stone. Eventually. Not yet, of course. But eventually, and there will be glorious doors everywhere, and it'll be great. Honest, it'll be great. Trust me, it will be great. I don't know if you can hear that. I hear my cat sharpening his claws in the background. Weird, huh? I'm recording in a different place in the house as well, cause reasons. Okay. Apparently, he wants attention. He just came to me, spoke to me, rushed away and started sharpening his claws again. You might have heard some of it. Cats. Right. This will be the armor stockpile, thank you. Someone certainly is working on that, which is good. Certainly appreciate that. More picks are good. Since most of what we have left to do is digging, I am gonna reset you to diggery. That's a technical term, diggery. Okay, we will need a booze barrel producer. And by that I mean barrels for the booze. What do I need from the next migration wave? 2 people for carpentry and booze, I suppose, because booze is starting to become a problem. We need to start producing it at some point soon. It's not a catastrophe, it's easily enough handled. At this point, I could just make a single still and enable people. The problem is that I also need to produce the barrels for it, which is a bit more of a pain in the ass for obvious reasons. Because I need to set up another workshop area down below. I make that for ammunition. Here, down below, wood up there, bars. Once everything is dug out anyway. People are busy planting and the like, which makes it... I don't want to give them a lot of carrying jobs right now because they're all busy. Which is why I'm not enabling these stockpiles. And while I made these like generic stockpiles with no options enabled, because again I didn't want people actually doing stuff there just yet. Like eventually yes, but not just yet. You're making charcoal and you're making a iron pick. 1 iron pick has already been made. That's great. That's in fact pretty perfect. So with the next pick, which is about to be made just about now, we'll have enough to equip the people who still need picks. Which is great. Which is in fact very great. Then we'll be able to make that our thing. How about this? Okay, I can't press N to force them to do it now. Make it like a super high priority task. Which I just did because I do need one more mechanism in order to actually set up one of these bridges as a thing. And I really do want to do that. For reasons. Apparently everyone feels that wood burning is the thing to be doing. Listen, guys. How about you maintain it at a level of 20 to 40, eh? Okay? Okay. So we can all chillax a bit, okay? Okay. Glad we agreed on that, because that is really not the highest priority right now. For the reasons. Okay, you are doing the food logs. Yeah, they're gonna work over this set of logs, and then they're not gonna make any more because this job is still active even though it was automatically suspended. Okay. Okay, you are in fact making the mechanisms. Okay, you will be linking up the top bridge. Do that now. I just want to have a safety thing ready, and I will move my food supplies downstairs ASAP as well. Because that is a necessary precaution. How are you doing on that? Oh, you stole stuff from that place because that guy got called off to do something else. That is actually perfectly fine by me. I don't mind in the slightest. Do have people who have skill at weapons, because that's what I asked for, which is great. Apparently they get experience for making like bridges and stuff in the furniture category here, which is somewhat strange, but it's only 2 points, just is essentially weirdness. I believe what we didn't have was a weapons stockpile here, so let's set that up. Make sure we're ready on that account. And then it's just a matter of digging out these two, and we'll be done with the digging, and we can focus on perhaps making enough weaponry to actually support ourselves, and carrying in wood and the like, of course. Now, if I could have something like 15 or 20 iron, you know, battle axes, that would be a goodish chunk. That would be a goodish chunk to trade with, and we could definitely work with that. Keep in mind that we might have to run the fortress economy with as little as 40 dwarfs, say. Because I have the population limit set to 120, I'm thinking about 6 squads. That means that there will also be children, which means that about a third of the fort will have to support everyone else, which is perfectly doable. If we ignore some industry paths, which are time consuming or manpower consuming and don't really give us much, we'll have to rely on trade, but it's perfectly doable. Yeah, if we ignore, for example, making clothing from scratch, which we can do relatively easily, you know, if we don't process plants, don't do crap like that, and if we ignore some of the food stuff and just make some of our own booze and cook some of our own food, like the whole food industry could be taken care of with essentially 4 to 6 people, if that's what we wanted. We would still have the backup farms, but we might just leave them fallow and not actually do anything there. In fact, I'm gonna set all of these to fallow so that we stop planting here. And yeah, we could start planting if we are under a extended siege, which for some reason we can't or don't want to fight. But at the same time, it won't really be necessary. And we will just have some brewers and cooks to process the food we import. Possibly a farmer or two to produce some plants for booze. But again, you wouldn't necessarily worry about it too much. That looks to be done, which is great. So why don't we start carrying in the wood? Oops, that's the wrong one. I did say that I was gonna make the bottom one, the wood one. Things are nearly dug out there as well, which is great. That is in fact great. Have some traps here leading into the barracks. Have a door here blocking passage possibly. That way the people can try and get in and run into traps and then run into dwarves that are angry and want to kill them. Provided the squad up top hasn't killed them by then, of course. But yeah, if we get a huge siege, we can always withdraw inside the walls with everyone. Like down here. And just abandon the top level with the depot and the like. Now, I will want a food stockpile here. And I will enable a lot of things here. Furniture, cloth, leather, the like. And some migrants have arrived. Excellent. That means we are on a timer and we need to start making some things. for the trading, but that should not be a problem. We are very much ready for that. So, what do we want to enable here? Not food. Finished goods, leather, cloth, and that's about it actually. Those are things we do want there. Here, disable food, enable refuse and corpses. There we go. And we do have some animals which we will slaughter now. And again carry them to their proper places. I think we got a pretty sizable migrant wave judging from the idlers count. Oh yeah, we got a few. Let's see how many. Nice. Okay, we are kind of set then in terms of people. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, would you look at that, like a Grandmaster weapons guy. Awesome. And shearing, don't want that. Dyeing, again, don't want that. The gem cutter, or the gem setter. Definitely gonna keep that. Okay, why don't we disable that? We're getting more dwarves. I think we are anymore. Okay, okay. We're gonna need to think about this for a moment, but for now we need to be moving stuff, right? Right, you have corpses and refuse enabled, you have food enabled, people should be moving stuff around, right? Right, I think they're just sitting there for a while and just being derpy, which is fine. It's certainly fine to have a very, very nice thing there. Now, I don't think we have enough picks for everyone because we did get a very nice migrant wave there. So that being the case, having a weapons guy that is this good is good, but I'm not gonna disable that actually. Now that I think on it. Because I would like to train them up as well eventually. And I will be doing exactly that with them, and I will be making a lot of different kinds of weapons, selling the crappy ones, keeping the good ones, and having more people doing that won't hurt. And that's the thing, we want value, we want that to go way up. So that being the case, having more, like having an extra weapons guy that is really good is great, but we can get rid of the ones we already have, certainly. Okay, disable you. You were gonna make a brewer. You aren't gonna be a thing anyway, and Vabok is gonna be a manager bookkeeper. Like that. Yeah, we're gonna start with that. And meanwhile, down below, we're gonna dig out a workshop and a great hall level. Like so. And those who already have their picks can get to it. And people are already working on that. Excellent. Everyone's carrying stuff. Industry is industrying. Stuff looks good. We even had one hunter arrive, which means that we do have a quiver and a crossbow. If we wanted to go at it that way, which we might, should probably enable that. Okay, we do have that there. Okay. So, yes. And sweet pods then. Yeah, just farm that up when you have the opportunity. Let's make some cave wheat. And meanwhile, bars, blocks, and the like. This gives them a lot of jobs that they need to actually do. I will set these as high priority though, because I do want those to get done. Oh, you moved over. Stupid fucking dwarf. Okay. Yes, this is linked up. Excellent. So you don't have enough mechanisms yet. Okay. Huh? Apparently it's being moved downstairs to the furniture thing, which is why it's counting me as not having enough mechanisms. Which is kind of stupid since I clearly do. Since the job is done and it wouldn't be done if I didn't have enough mechanisms, and obviously something is derp. Oh well. I do have enough people now, which is great. I might want an extra cook and brewer, or I might want a pair of carpenters like this. You know, why don't we do it this way, Have picks on all of these guys, except maybe Vabok. Have axes on those. Yeah, have a pick on you, definitely. Yeah, can do it like this. 2 brewers, 2 cooks, that's a goodish place to start. Certainly enough to keep us above the ground. And having 2 carpenters sure as hell won't hurt. Then, as our next move, we want to order a workshop area dug out here. And here, of course. With room enough for 8 workshops in each. One of these will, the lower one will be the Great Hall level, where we'll have our food processing and food storage eventually as well, and you know, all of that stuff. We are running low on booze, which means we will need carpenters, which is why, again, digging out this place where we'll place carpentries, masonries, crafts dwarfs, and jewelers. And opposite it on top will be leather workers, clothiers, some other random crap which we might or might not need to various extents. And that makes for a decent-ish layout. If we need something like soapers and the like, or other random crap, we might place it here, or might place it here eventually if we move our stuff deeper below. I made one of the carpenters, yes. Do I have anyone I want to place as a military dwarf? And no, I don't think I do. I will keep the jeweler because level 10 is something you don't waste on something else. You just make use of it. It's too good to waste. So I won't waste it. Everyone is busy carrying stuff, as you can see. And that is gonna continue for a while, but we can live with that. Meanwhile, iron. Battle axe. Now, same here. We're gonna set these as high priority jobs because they essentially are, because we do need something we can trade once the caravans arrive. Because as soon as autumn starts, the caravans will arrive. They arrive like within the first month of autumn, and we need to have some battle axes by then. So, battle axes ho! Have at it! We might run out of booze. We might. We do have these because it's stagnant water and it sucks. We can't drink from the sea because salty. But do have that. And okay, this bridge. Yes. Set it up. Make it a thing. Okay, everyone is carrying. Excellent. This will probably take a while. Apparently this has been cleaned out though, which is good. Looks good. The planting is proceeding. I think we took 20k wheat. Sorry, with us, so that's a thing. And yeah, I'm gonna cut the video here, derp around with the settings some more, and I'll see you guys in the next one, so see you then. Thank you all for watching.